American rockers A Day to Remember are bringing their least anticipated album tour to the Ledge Amphitheater on June 6th with special guests The Story So Far and 4 Years Strong. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. and you can find out more info at KFAN.com keyword calendar. But we're going to help caller 11 right now. Skip the line with a pair of tickets. 1-800-320-5326. Caller 11 heading to A Day to Remember June 6th at the Ledge Amphitheater.
I have to say, that sounds like a fun show. Those are the 3 longest band names in the history of concerts. Tell me the 3 bands again.
A Day to Remember, The Story So Far, and 4 Years Strong.
That's a complete sentence. That's a paragraph.
It's longer than my book.
Brilliant.
Power Morning Show. Sounds like a fun concert, though.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, I know.
They're
all 3
very
of those
good
bands.
live.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Kriesel and Tommy Olson, both in studio. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How you guys doing with the Beast?
Good.
Yeah, keeping the Beast at bay, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Good.
Yeah, you know what he's saying, right?
Yeah, the Beast, man.
You keeping the Beast at bay?
You know what? The past.
Careful.
All right, bring it on.
Just say yes, Thomas. Just say yes.
Sure.
You keeping the Beast at bay?
Yeah. I got to talk to. I want to hear about Zacho's past couple of weeks. How you doing, Zacho?
He
Great.
Oh. What do you mean? What's going on?
Things
Am I
are good,
missing something?
Zacho?
Yeah, I think so. Are they?
Does he know something you don't know?
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
No, nothing.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
good,
boy.
Good. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the news and just save you right now. Guys, get ready. If you are planning to do any traveling, today and tomorrow are the busiest 2 days of the spring at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport.
We gauge people coming through the door, going to the check-in counters, going to the checkpoints, and we're anticipating over 48,000 people on Thursday and Friday. And those would be the busiest days yet this spring break travel season. Denver, Chicago, Phoenix, Orlando, Las Vegas, but that's also mixed in with business travel and the like. So Denver just happens to have a lot of service overall. Some people could be skiing.
Yeah, so if you're going to the airport today or tomorrow, get there a little early. You going anywhere, Thomas?
Nope, not this week.
Okay, good.
No.
Yeah.
I do love our airport, don't you?
Oh, it's
yeah.
great. It's a great airport.
Yeah. It's elite.
Yeah.
It is elite.
It's elite. Speaking of the air, this is an article, a news story I wouldn't expect to read on the 21st day of March in Minnesota, but apparently it happens a lot. The FAA is investigating after a hot air balloon crash in Rochester, Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, that video is wild.
Oh, yeah, I
haven't
saw
seen
that.
it.
I saw it last night, yeah.
3 people were reportedly on board the balloon when it crashed last night. A local fire department spokesperson said the balloon got hung up on a power line as it tried to land. Sorry.
It's okay,
I'm getting
Hawk.
choked up. Sorry.
Yeah, Zach feels your pain.
I know. As it tried to land and dropped to the ground after the basket separated from the balloon. I'm going to say that again. A local fire department spokesperson said the balloon got hung up on a power line as it tried to land and dropped to the ground after the basket separated from the balloon.
My God.
Nobody was seriously injured.
Caused a fire.
Are you guys surprised that they're doing that on a cold, windy day like last night?
I was. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like hot air balloon season right
think so.
now.
Right.
Did they get electrocuted?
No.
No,
apparently
because
not.
the balloon hit it.
Yeah.
And so that's what then caused the flash.
Yeah. Because apparently hot air balloons don't have steering wheels.
I would never do
That sound
that.
awful. Like, why?
I would never get a hot air
That's
balloon.
literally like the nightmare scenario that you think of when you're going up in a hot
I would
air
never
balloon.
do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Core?
No, probably not.
Who do we know? Didn't somebody?
Rosie, right?
Mark Rosen.
Rosie
Yeah,
said he's
Rosie.
been on several, didn't he?
Yeah.
loves it.
I believe he went, I think, on his honeymoon in a hot air balloon.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
To see the Eiffel Tower.
Well, isn't there someone else? Isn't there someone else with you on there? Like, it wouldn't be that romantic.
Isn't there like a conductor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely not like, all right, here's what you pull.
Tom, here you go.
Rosie's into that.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Hey, look at
He
here.
wants him to watch.
Hey, look at here.
Oh, hockey's for sure watched a film where people fornicate.
I haven't, but I'm going to today, buddy. I'm going to
Not a
today.
bad genre. I can.
You're going to watch it, aren't you, Hockey?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, why not?
Wait, but all right. Anyway, so I'm glad those people are okay, but man, that seems odd to be out on a night like last night. There's now nearly $2 billion up for grabs in America's 2 biggest lotteries.
Jeez.
Nobody won the grand prize in last night's Powerball drawing, so the jackpot jumps to an estimated $750 million for Saturday's drawing. The Mega Millions jackpot, meanwhile, is teetering at $1 billion. Will be worth an estimated $977 when the numbers are polled tomorrow night. So buy some lottery tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Hope when y'all win.
Trying to see if we had any $1 million winners in the state of Minnesota. Maybe. Could I possibly see that? What's wrong with this internet site? Come on, let's go.
One of us.
One of us.
Brilliant.
Screen froze.
All-time bit. Well, then just thank all the everybody.
Everybody who played.
Yeah.
Well, according to Powerball.com, none across the entire nation. It says Wednesday, March 20th, no, obviously, jackpot winners, no match 5 winners or power play winners. So nobody had 5 numbers.
I would think that's not something that happens very often.
Not very often, right? Especially with this many people playing because the jackpot's so high.
Right.
We got to try harder.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt about it.
13, 22, 27, 54,
Only
66, 9. Only if she's 5'3". I don't know.
More viewers are turning on streaming services for entertainment and news and sports. According to a new Nielsen report called The Gauge, February streamer viewership was at its highest in 6 months. It found that over a third of all TV viewership is on streaming platforms. I would think it was more than that.
I would think it's more than that as well. And for the 15th time, my daughters are 18 and 10. And I don't mean once in a while. They never watch actual TV.
Yeah.
It is 100% either YouTube or streaming services.
Wow.
They don't ever just, let's go flip through the cable channels and see what's going on. No, everything they want is on demand. I don't remember. It's got to be years since either one of them just turned on the TV. It's always streaming or it's YouTube. That's it.
It's got to be only like news and live sports that are keeping people watching regular TV, right?
21% of people watch cable, 23% broadcast. 37% share of streaming service watchers is the highest since August 2023.
I mean, and eventually, think if, and I don't know if it will, but think if the NFL went to all streaming services, nobody would have cable.
Yeah, I don't think local news will die. You know what I mean? You'll find a way to do that. But that's about it, man.
Did you see T Swift broke all the streaming records?
For what?
For her Eras tour?
No,
on Disney Plus.
So it was on Disney
okay,
Plus.
got it. Okay, I'm sorry. I see what you're
so
saying.
then everyone downloaded Disney Plus and watched it. Did you guys watch it yet?
I watched the first hour and a half with the kiddo on
Pretty good, isn't it?
Saturday. Not for me, but the kiddo absolutely loved it.
My daughter said she wants to be in the front row so Taylor Swift sees her.
Yeah.
That's what she said. So
I don't blame her.
That's the first time I think she's ever watched anything Taylor Swift, and she's in love. So it's cute.
Oh, that's the cutest.
Cute. Not my cup of tea, but it's
Who
cute
cares, right?
seeing
Yeah.
them love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my takeaway from that, and my daughter was an example of it, but specifically the people in the crowd on the Disney Plus show, is no one plays to her demo better than Taylor.
Yeah. Right.
So it's not for me, but who cares, right? If somebody had to sit through a 3-hour Deftones concert on Disney Plus, they'd go, "This is not for me. I don't like this."
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Sure. So, but she's giving them exactly what they want. She's very aware of what they're there for. She feeds right into what it's just like it is
brilliant.
Fan service.
Yeah.
100%. So that's why when people are leaving her concert, they're like, "It was the greatest show ever." Well, yeah, because she gave you exactly what you wanted.
And that was Tommy, by the way.
100% it was me.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is fine. I get
I've
it.
ever seen.
If a single tour grosses you couple $1 billion. If your net is over $1 billion, you're now a billionaire. You're pretty good at it. I would say.
You're doing something
You're
right.
doing all right.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do more than service your fans. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like
100%.
I mean, you do that as well as you possibly can. We ought to think about that.
Brilliant.
I have some ideas. I'll tell you off the air.
Oh, that'd be great. Fantastic. Oh, I said service and he perked up.
Greasy.
The only thing that drove me nuts, and I was talking to Barb about this in her office yesterday. Barb's obviously a giant Swiftie.
And me.
Is an hour and a half in. You know, people think that the Taylor is pretty genuine, right? I think she gets pigeonholed as somebody that just kind of wears her heart on her sleeve.
Yeah.
The only thing that drives me a little bit nuts about her is you got SoFi Stadium. I don't know what that stadium holds for a Taylor Swift concert, but tens of thousands of people, and it's sold out.
80, I think.
They're losing their minds for Taylor Swift. And she seems surprised.
Yeah.
How can you be surprised after almost 2 decades, right? At first, like the first time you play a stadium that big and you're like, what is happening? Like, how is this my life?
Yeah.
But when you're 17, 18 years in and you have your mouth open like, for me?
Well, I'll tell you-
you're the biggest star in the world.
I don't know, Corey.
I'm just saying that drives me nuts.
I don't think it's surprised. Look at it this way. I think it's grateful.
Yeah.
I think that's the face she's putting on.
Which is awesome. If she
absolutely.
feels
I
that
think-
way after
right.
that long,
Like
awesome.
SoFi 6
And as somebody who's broken in a million pieces, when you walk out on stage and they still love you,
Yeah.
every time you leave the stage, you think they may never love you again. I'm going to tell you, that's how I feel. When you walk out on stage and they still love you, I don't know. And you're right, there's some gamemanship to it. There's some.
Right. It felt a little theatrical, that's all.
I think it's different, though, because I'm sorry, Tommy.
go ahead.
Garth Brooks.
That was literally what I was going to say.
What are you going to say? Tell me about it, please.
That's exactly what I was
I'd love
gonna
to hear
say.
you say. Go ahead.
So
please.
when you watch him like do his stadium tour,
Yeah.
and it's like at the Notre Dame Stadium,
Sure.
and the place is going nuts,
Right.
Like he'll take it in and like he'll like soak it in just how Taylor does,
Right.
And like is still in awe of it. So that's why I think it's not that big of a deal because a guy like Garth Brooks still gets stunned 25, 30 years later.
Yeah, I love the grateful attitude that she has, and that's what I see when I see that, because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When I see it, I see somebody who's grateful.
Yeah.
So
I hope so. I hope you're
Which
right.
you hope that they are,
And
because it's not cheap to go to it. It's
sure.
not easy to get tickets, so the people there really want to be there.
And if you're truly grateful, you don't take it for granted. You keep working hard and you keep servicing your fans.
Right?
Yeah, well said.
Excellent point.
You are correct. We should look into that.
We really should. First of all, find some fans. A.
Yeah.
Right.
B.
You and I are going to have to work hard.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Okay.
Sauce is good there, though.
Oh, Sauce has got fans, man.
He does.
He does. Hey, speaking of Sauce, there's a global fertility study.
Ooh.
And saying that global fertility has declined in the world and will continue to do so in the decades ahead. Researchers at the University of Washington say the average number of children a woman gives birth to in her lifetime has dropped from about 5 in 1950 to about 2 in 2021.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Back up for a second.
You heard what I said?
That doesn't sound like a fertility issue. It sounds like more of a we don't need our family to be able to run a farm problem.
Right, yeah, you're right.
And also
Right, or the
contraception
triangle.
options, right?
Yeah.
Back in
Yeah,
the day,
for sure.
it was anything that was an accident you just kept, and now there are different ways to prevent
My
getting
dad's
pregnant.
method of
Explain
pulling
to
out
Hockey what
too
that
late.
is.
Right.
Explain to Hockey what a contraceptive is.
Yeah.
Just access to condoms has changed everything.
Yeah.
sure.
I
But
think
even
my
so,
dad was too
the
poor for
average was
At least that's
5?
what he said.
That's insane.
Hogs?
5 in 1950.
That's
Nuts.
worldwide.
Yep.
My grandma
Wow.
had 13.
Wow.
That's
way
all she
too
was
many.
doing was getting pounded
She's
and
horny
dropping
as-
babies out. That's
Wood Hawk?
Wow.
Was she hot?
the old. I don't.
Woodhawk?
Irene wasn't, but Roy loved her.
What are their names?
Irene and Roy.
Damn right they were.
He never walked by her without grabbing slabs.
That's my man.
And she'd
That's
rip
awesome.
the loudest farts I've ever heard.
Yeah, Hawk
No
said.
wonder, man.
No wonder Roy was always so turned on and
Yeah.
had 13 kids.
She was Roy's court jester.
If
He
Roy
had
had lived
pink eye more
longer.
than Tommy.
Not possible.
13?
13.
Oh my! All like a year apart?
Basically.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yep.
And let me
was
tell you,
tight
he was-
shot group.
He was shooting for 14. You know what I mean? He wasn't giving a shit.
right.
No
They were
one
always
is.
trying.
Yeah. You know me?
I know what you mean.
Johnny came in. It was good to see
Johnny.
you on Thursday. Good luck tomorrow with
I
your
believe.
radioactive sugar, which is
Yes.
a fun
Good luck,
thing to
Johnny.
say.
Oh yeah, good luck, Johnny.
Johnny, I believe it's going to be 100% perfect. Everything's going to be all right.
I believe the
I love you,
same.
man.
I love you
We love you,
guys.
John.
I will let you know when I know.
Thank you. Please
Yeah,
do.
I love you, Johnny.
But in the meantime, if your group is looking for a presentation about overcoming adversity, go to johnkriesel.com. This first quarter of this year already passed the entire first half of last year. So we're on a good pace. Let's get it on the calendar, johnkriesel.com.
And Johnny-
Especially if you have a company in New York City and want to fly
Yes.
John
That'd be
Kriesel
great.
out to New York to do a
Now
speech.
Hey,
Yes.
Johnny?
Yes.
You and I are doing the wild thing next.
That sounds greasy.
Hell yeah.
Prove it, please prove it.
But
the thing for the wild
yes.
a week from today.
A week
What are you
from
guys
today.
doing?
That's right. We're hosting Mental Health Awareness Night.
Yep.
Is that what they're calling
Yep.
it?
Are you dropping the
Presented
puck?
by Securian. We tweeted about it.
Yep.
It's on my LinkedIn. So
Right.
go on there. There's a link to buy tickets for the pregame discussion we're
Right.
going to have, and then you also will attend the Wild game, get to cheer them on to a playoff spot. Hopefully.
That's right. And you are going to be saying, let's play hockey as
Are
well.
you doing it,
Yes.
How
yes.
huge
yes.
is that?
That's
I'm
awesome,
jacked.
dude.
I'm
Johnny
jacked.
That's so cool.
Love you guys.
So that's
Love you,
next
Johnny.
Thursday, a week from tonight at the XL Energy Center.
Right.
And then the next time the rest of us will see you is a week from tomorrow when you make your initials major debut at Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
Got to get fitted for the green jacket.
John's going to be tough to beat, man. You're very good at that game. That would be an interesting battle next Friday at TI. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
Head over to our contest page and register for your shot to win a VIP trip to the Grandview Golf Opener, including 2 nights lodging at Grandview Lodge and a round of golf with Meat Sauce and the Common Man. Runner-up will win a custom KFAN golf bag worth $1,000. KFAN.com. Keyword contest to enter.
That's right. Thank you, Zach. 725.
Can I grab
turn
the
your
card
mic.
sauce?
Of course.
What's he doing?
Corey, did anyone ever call you Corkov?
Excuse me?
Korkoff, like your drunk alias. Like, do you know how everyone has like their drunk side? And if you ever drank Kharkov back in the day, people call you Korkov.
See, that he wasn't a part of your friend group.
Yeah, that would have
been his nickname.
right.
Yeah, right.
You'd have to have a friend group first.
Oh, well played though. You're right.
What? Korkov. I kind of like it. Sounds like a bad guy in James Bond.
Yeah,
It does.
it does.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
To answer the question, no, I've never been called Korkov.
no, he's never been
Well,
called
you will
that.
be now.
No.
Corey, do you know what we should do?
Oh, no.
I do.
Yep.
So
Here's an idea that'll never come
No,
to
I
fruition.
know. I've been really thinking about how can I actually get everyone together, right? I've been
And?
trying.
Yep.
And it's really hard to please all of you guys, so it's hard to...
But you'd try.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe in you.
So I'm driving on.
No, but Court, I was thinking, like, everyone other than you, like, likes to leave their house, right?
Go on.
So we kind of have to play the core hits. So what if I brought my N64 over, Saucy brought his N64 over, we all bring our N64s over, and we have all a throwback N64 tournament?
I don't have an N64.
Oh, brother, we can bootleg it easily.
But, like, can we do it?
I have Nintendo Switch Online, which has 64 games.
Perfect. And then have you ever drunk, not in real life, but have you ever played drunk driving? No. On Mario Kart?
No, I think you've told us about it though in the
phenomenal.
past.
It's the best.
But if we did that, Corey, you don't have to leave your basement, but then all your friends can come over.
And the rest of us, too.
Brilliant.
Corey, it could be fun.
That'll never happen.
Come on, why not?
Twice we did Mario Kart Man Party, and you could tell at the end it's like, why are we still doing this?
Well, we don't have
what's
to-
your problem?
we can-
let's not even play. Let's just
get drunk and get some
drink.
hookers.
Yeah.
That was the whole idea.
You ever
Let's
played
get,
that?
Let's get drunk and play Mario Kart. And
What
it
if
was
we just have like a
nobody-
dance party?
Yeah, and we get some hookers.
Have a dance party?
Yeah, you got the basketball.
Corey's house?
Yeah, you got the basketball hoop area. We'll just go like
we'll go in there and
put
get
the
some
lights
hookers.
down, get a DJ in there, get
Are
it
you
rolling.
nuts?
But you still want to keep the man party part, right?
Yeah, correct. No, but
You want to turn my house into a rave?
Yes, Korkov. Come on, it'd be great.
Oh, you're Kirkhoff now.
Corey, it could be fun. And then we have free canes because you get it for life.
That's
and
what my wife thinks. Yep.
I got a plan.
Can we just all hang out for cripe's sakes?
Yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
For cripe.
For cripe's
The
sake.
answer to that question is no.
No, then we all get hammered, then we all go to like Pub 42
Yeah.
right by your house.
And we're partying, man.
What would you do if all of us just showed up on
Yeah,
your
showed
doorstep
up.
one day?
Surprise!
Like, would you actually not let us in?
Well, I have a Ring doorbell, and my wife didn't want windows on
Most doorbells ring.
on our front porch because she
see
didn't
in.
want strangers looking in. So we have no windows, so I can act like I'm not there.
Does that Ted Bundy live in your neighborhood? Well,
The Ring doorbell.
most
No,
people could act like they're not home. It's going to be tough for you.
Yeah, we're gonna know.
we
that.
know.
is true.
We know.
We'll just
Like,
walk
you don't
around
know where I am.
We'll
gonna
walk
know
around
it.
back. We'll poke our heads into the window.
I love cocaine.
Easy.
You're on the air.
Tiger got out of the cage.
Yeah,
Bring
you're
her
on
back
the air.
Tiger
I take-
let out a little growl real quick.
I take personal responsibility for that. I'm going to put that on the Not While Tommy's Here button bar page.
Sauce, would you like to do sports?
I'd like to hang out with you.
Yeah, don't go faster.
I got an idea. Can we come over to your house when you're not there and hang out?
He's always
I'm
there.
always there.
Yeah, great point.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Thank you. Today is one of the best sports days of the year. March Madness starts today at 11:50 15. Michigan State and Mississippi State go at it. Michigan State is a 1.5-point favorite, and then the festivities end for today with Drake and Washington State.
Drake sucks.
Yeah, Drake sucks.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth.
So that'll be great. You guys aren't doing core versus 4?
I'll take all the 1 seeds.
Book it if that's what you want.
I don't know. Can I do Kentucky? Whatever region Kentucky's in, I'll take Kentucky.
I've watched a lot of Kentucky basketball this year.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with them.
Really?
They lose to really bad teams, man. They're a good team. They always have very good freshmen. They're a 3rd seed this year. I don't know, man.
You
But
like
there are
them?
a lot of people picking them.
They got 3 7-footers. That's
Yeah.
why they got some monsters. But who's Scotty play today? I heard they're
Hawk
playing a really
knows.
good team.
Hawk, who does Wisconsin play today?
Harry Belafonte.
Well, so I heard Harry Belafonte.
He's very formidable.
They're the 12-5.
They don't play today.
They play tomorrow.
They play tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever. We want to bet on it?
Yeah,
I'll take whoever Wisconsin's playing.
James Madison.
Yes.
Wait,
You
hold
want
on.
Madison and the points or straight up?
No, you want all right. hang
want
on.
James
Let me-
Madison.
Let me look here, Daddy-O. Yeah, I'll take James Madison plus 5.5, or I'll take Wisconsin minus 5.5. Sure.
So I get the 5.5 points.
You get 5.5 points.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. Book it.
$100? Yeah, in. I'm in. I don't want to cheer for Wisconsin, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Hey, is this new? I'm watching the old Padres-Dodgers game right now because it's in the background here on
Yes.
ESPN.
Yes, it is.
The win probability thing?
Yeah, they just
I
introduced
freaking
it.
love it. So, as a guy who watches poker in my basement 24 hours a day, Tommy, that's where I will be when you hit the doorbell and I don't respond to it. You know, obviously with poker, they at every point in the hand, they show you the probability of that hand being the winner if it gets to showdown. You always can kind of gauge, all right, that person has 33% equity or whatever. I kind of love it. Right now, it's 11-8, San Diego over the Dodgers, bottom 6 with 2 outs. That claims at the top of the old box score there that the Padres have an 88% win probability. That kind of stat's always been floated around on like the websites. If you go to ESPN.com in the middle of a game, you can find win probability. I kind of love it at the top of the screen, right? Why not? I mean, I think all of us kind of know if you're down 3 in the bottom of the 6, you're probably a relative long shot. According to the stats, it's 88%.
Really cool.
What a terrible name for a baseball player. Outman.
Core. What if we had a poker tournament at your
No,
house?
Hawk doesn't want to go.
No, and plus,
He doesn't do home games.
I'm not doing home games. That would bore the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything bores the hell out of me.
No, actual poker
What
in
would you
public does
actually
not.
want to do?
Not have
hang
us
out?
over. Yes.
Go travel and play cards. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Tommy, you're a good person.
I'll have everybody over. We can
who's
all hang out at my place.
outgoing and wants to connect with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, you're a social butterfly.
And
Yeah, you
he
guys
is
come over to my
a
house.
social caterpillar.
Saucy, let's do it.
I'll have you guys over.
Let's have a power trip party.
Okay.
I would love it.
Yeah, let's do it.
What day?
Tonight.
I mean, not no,
Can't tonight.
No, I got
Whenever-
MLB show to play.
Whenever
Oh, yeah.
Core's not busy, we're having it, and Core has to come.
I'm always busy.
No,
Or
he's
will not be
he
there.
won't show up. No.
So there's nothing we can do.
Core doesn't do anything he doesn't want to do anymore.
That is the correct
So-
answer.
Which is
We missed the window of him like, well, I
admire
suppose I
that.
should do something good for the show and go out and
Saucy, you
interact with
should.
my people.
I'll have people over. Yeah.
What if we get
housewarming
Bellanote
party.
to open up again for one more night?
hated Bellanote.
You and the Candyman.
I hated Bellanote when I was going there twice a month. Couldn't stand it. Still went.
You, Sam Cassell, and the Candyman. You three.
Candyman was there a lot.
What if we get that gal
Old
from the World
Candyman.
Poker Tour, the host, or
Well,
whatever?
then Chris will be there because,
Right.
man, you were
Okay, don't
shook by
deflect.
Lynn Gilmartin.
What about you?
Beautiful
If we
gal.
get Lynn Gilmartin over at Sauce's place for the Power Trip Party, will you show up?
How is he affording her?
My Lord.
What kind of appearance fee is that?
Doesn't matter. Are you going to be there?
No.
No.
I don't want
Man,
Are you greater than the sun?
Corey
What
is.
about that, Cor?
Yeah, what about
Yeah,
that?
you think about
The
that?
Sun is a
say
song called "Are You?" The Sun is a song called "Are You Greater Than Corey?"
I don't get that joke.
Wow. Don't be mean to
Just
Corey.
busy.
Zacho, your Wild got run over by the Kings last night.
your career.
6-0. The Kings scored 3 in the first and 3 in the second.
Real bad.
Yeah. What he said. Not good.
Not good at all. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough, and they just, I mean, they didn't. There was a lot of bounces that went the Kings' way, but overall, you gotta play better than that. So No margin of error. Pretty much every game, the next 12 games now are real must wins, and it sucks. They're still 3 points behind the Golden Knights, but the Golden Knights have 2 games in hand. So
Good luck out there.
probably 7
nice
behind, and that's a lot of ground to make up. So don't lose.
As I have your attention, Zach, tomorrow is Michigan's Pro Day.
Okay, take it easy.
Listen, I mean, this is a great opportunity for J.J. McCarthy and the folks of the Vikings to come together and get an agreement made before do some tampering, and we can trade up to 1, just leverage our future for the Mr. McCarthy.
It'll be on the NFL Network. Will you watch?
I got it DVR'd.
Sometimes.
I'm going to watch it live. I just want to DVR it so I can watch it again.
Slow-mo.
And again. And again.
Maxo, the Wolves battle the Cavs tomorrow at 7 at Target Center.
Yeah, every game is important at this point with this Western Conference as close as it is. The Cavaliers are a really good freaking team, man. They're battling for the second seed over there in the Eastern Conference as well. So I'm assuming both teams are going to get up for that one. Hopefully Rudy comes back because it's been tough without him. I mean, Luka Garza has been, he's made the absolute most of his minutes, but we need Rudy's defense. He's the anchor of this defense. So hopefully they can get Rudy back and bounce back from that Nuggets loss, which that was about as exciting of a loss as you can have. That game was just electric at the Target Center. So a big homestand here too. So that should go in the Wolves' favor. Hopefully it goes all good tomorrow.
Yeah, got to win tomorrow.
Yeah.
According to Johnny Athletic, Mark Lowry and Alex Rodriguez have submitted signed financial documentation to the NBA to complete the sale and get majority control of the Timberwolves and the Lynx.
Show me them boobies.
I think that's what was holding up the negotiations. No, it's good to finally stop. I feel like every couple of months we hear a story about
boobies.
They haven't completed the sale. It might not go through. So I'm ready for that storyline to go away and move on to this new era.
They got new backers now, right?
Yeah. How much of this money is actually A-Rod in the whole deal?
I don't know.
Right, it's always Mark Lowry and A-Rod. Mark Lowry and A-Rod. Isn't almost all of this from just Mark Lowry?
I mean, how much money did A-Rod make in his career?
I mean, a lot.
Half $500 million?
Maybe, but it's not like you're putting all of that into this. I wonder how much he's actually putting into this sale.
Did he have a shoe deal, too?
Yeah, with
I'm
that
sure
he did, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was,
That's a lot of cash.
Birkenstock, I think.
How the hell do I know?
Oh. Let's see here.
$455 million.
Thanks, buddy boy.
You're welcome.
Hogs, this is for you. The Twins start their season 1 week from today in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, I can't wait, man. It's going to be huge.
are you going to go?
No, I'm not going to go. I'm going to watch it on TV at Corey's house.
Why aren't we invited, Cor?
I just wanted to have Chris over to watch baseball because
Yeah.
that's what Chris and I like to do
That's
on
what we do.
Thursday
We like-
afternoons.
yeah.
You guys are going to watch baseball together.
Name 2 bigger baseball fans in the middle of the
Yeah.
afternoon than me and Chris.
That's right.
You got the following Thursday? We'll go to the home opener together.
Can't. I'm busy that day.
Yeah, we both are that
Yeah,
day.
what are you
Very
doing
busy
Hog?
that day.
I'm manicuring my privates.
With what?
With what or with who?
Yeah, well, with who?
No, this is like a who's on first kind of a situation. The guy's name is what?
Yeah.
Tommy, the Gophers play Indiana State on Sunday in the NIT.
You know what that means? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, man, let's go.
That'll be fun.
Hey, Thomas.
What's the guy's real name?
Who cares?
Anybody know?
Hawk knows. What's his real name, Hawk?
Ben and Jerry.
Oh, brilliant.
and Jerry. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Sunday against the Gophers.
Spring practice starts today. Now, a spring game's not going to be, I don't even think they're playing it. But what was spring practice like for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was it like?
Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just absolutely terrible.
Why?
Because you're still about 7 months away, so you can go full go a lot, and it's a lot of like one-on-ones to see who's like edging out to be like the best.
Right.
You
Who's
know,
growing up.
Yeah. So when you're young, they are terrible because you're trying to earn a spot. But when you're older and you like are a starter, it's not as bad. But man, they're like 2.5 hour practices.
Just sore as hell.
Oh,
Because you ain't been taking care of yourself.
right. Then you on the off days you lift heavy because you're still starting to get strong for the season. It's a lot. But yeah, I don't get the whole
No spring game. I know.
spring game.
I don't
Yeah,
either.
but I think alumni will be able to go. So we're going to a big alumni. I'll give it to PJ. He's really reaching out to all alumni. Everyone's
good.
starting to cultivate now. It's pretty cool.
Find out who got punched in the balls by the new Viking.
I'm gonna.
Look into that.
We have a big alumni night in like 3 weeks. We all go down there and have like a big dinner. So it's gonna be fun.
Bitchin'. Love you, brother.
Should be cool. Love
Tommy,
you
you're
guys.
the best, man.
Hey, will I see you guys next week? Or are you guys going?
No, we're going to be here.
Yeah, we'll be
Next
here on
Thursday
Thursday.
morning, we're here. The show at TI next Thursday is Thursday night, 7 to 9. So we will be here in studio next
Do
Thursday
you know
morning.
I have that Friday off? It's Good Friday.
Is that right?
Well, you should be with us.
No, you guys got JK. You're good.
We'll take you too.
No, it's okay. I love you guys.
See you, dude.
Bye, Thomas.
All right, Vikings news next. We got a couple of new Vikings, including one that punched a gopher in the nuts 10 years ago. We'll talk about that in a second. Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
See two of the biggest name in folk rock as they take the stage together. Don't miss out when the Avett Brothers and the Trampled by Turtles co-headline XL Energy Center October 24th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. and you can find out more info at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar, but caller 12 is going to skip the line and win a pair of tickets right now. 1-800-320-5326 is the number. Good luck.
Day one is done at the Boys State Basketball Tournament in Minneapolis, and we had a few upsets starting in Class 4A as Egan upsets the number 2 seed Park Center. They advance to face number 3 Minnetonka tonight at Williams Arena in the state semifinals. That's the late game. At 6 o'clock tonight, it's number 1 Wayzata versus number 5 Cretin-Durham Hall. In Class 3A, number 5 De La Salle also advanced. They'll meet number 1 Totino Grace today at noon. At 2 o'clock in the 3A semifinals, number 2 Mankato East versus number 3 Alexandria. In Class 2A, your quarterfinal winners are Breck, Minnehaha Academy, Albany, and Lake City. Their semifinals are tomorrow night. The Class 1A quarterfinals begin today. The top seed is Cherry, led by Gopher recruit Isaac Asama. They'll face Russell Tyler Ruthin in the first round. RTR is the defending champ. The semifinals continue through tomorrow. All 4 championship games are Saturday at Williams Arena. I'm Ryan Phelps.
All right, Ryan. So I was only half listening, but did I hear that Wayzata and Minnetonka would face off in the finals? Is that accurate? Is that what he just said?
I believe that's what he said.
Yeah.
If that's the case, Sauce, that's your former squad, Minnetonka,
Yeah.
and kind of my current squad.
Yeah.
I mean, my squad's Chisago, but they're never getting to the state finals. Are we betting on Wayzata Minnetonka if
Sure.
it gets there or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't claim Minnetonka anymore. I'm from Edina.
100%. You're apparently from Edina now.
It's almost been a year that I've been there. Yeah.
Hey, your Padres are on TV.
Oh, yeah. They're winning. I love the
Isn't
Padres.
that your squad?
Yeah. I love teams.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah,
I also
thanks.
feel sorry for you.
Okay. Come on.
All right.
Kiss it.
So we need Wayzata and Minnetonka to get to the finals.
Yeah, that'd be great.
They will.
Isn't it interesting? Like some of the schools are good every year.
Yeah.
Right. In like all the sports. Like and I know there's some recruiting and this, that, and the other, whatever you want to talk about. But sometimes there's just like Hutchinson, good in football every year. It's like that. There's a culture of winning in football in that city where like you grow up wanting to play football for your high school. You know, I love that, man.
And take recruiting out of it. A lot of it, again, is just numbers, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I graduated with something like 208 or 209 in my class. I mean, that you're not going to have enough people playing any sport to compete with some of these big city schools where you have hundreds of kids trying to play that sport. And maybe in a small school like I grew up in, you got about 25 or 30 kids trying to play it.
Yeah.
So the chances that you get 12 basketball players that are capable of competing with the city schools is just so slim.
Yeah.
It's just tough.
It is. Yep.
Which is why there are classes.
For sure. That's right. Yeah.
Makes sense.
And speaking of classes, here's a guy that never went to any. Meets us, Paul Lambert.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip.
I just want to bring you back in the conversation. Thank you, Radko. You guys want to hear from your new quarterback?
Of course.
Sure.
He's very, very excited. His name is Sam Darnold. He is not a bridge quarterback. He is our quarterback, and he's talking about being excited about being back with Josh McCown, who's the quarterback coach for your Minnesota Vikings.
It's going to be fun to be able to work with him and kind of talk about, what we want to do fundamentally in this offense and kind of build off of what I've been doing, the last couple of years with my feet and just continue to work all the things that make me a better quarterback and just really get after it and work that way.
That is really nice.
Thanks, Gurgie.
Oh, hey, if you're the Vikings and you draft, let's say they get Drake May or J.J. McCarthy, right? They trade up and they get a hold of one of the two of them.
Yeah.
Or I guess even, I would argue, nightmare scenario, but let's say at 23 they take Bo Nix or Michael Penix or something, right? But they have a rookie quarterback somehow in the first round this year. How many games do you think Sam Darnold actually starts?
2.
Nah.
I think the leash would be very short.
I think it's 2. Because I think they would get into a situation where during training camp, spring training camp and all the off-season stuff, and I think eventually, especially if they go up, like if they went up to the 3rd pick, Drake May or whoever it is probably has the upper hand because, I just think he'd play. He'd have to.
Well,
I think
it's not an Aaron Rodgers situation, right? Where it's,
right.
Well, Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. Well, yeah, it's because you have an all-pro quarterback that's there. We have Sam Darnold.
Correct, because if you go, let's say you trade up to 3. Let's just start with that scenario. And it's week 4 and Drake May hasn't played.
Right,
There's going to be people
1 and 2 or 0 and 3.
Why is he not playing?
Right, get Drake May in there.
Correct.
Yeah, right. I don't think. Well, again, also, if you're going to invest this much into a quarterback, you want to see what you have as quickly as possible.
You are correct.
You got to get him out there.
Yeah.
So, and somebody on ESPN said this like a day or 2 ago, and I'd never thought of it quite like this. That back in the day, it was you got to have patience with a quarterback. You got to give him time. Maybe the Kyler Murray, Josh Rosen thing changed everything when the Cardinals gave up on a 10th overall pick after 1 year, which is great because they realized this kid can't do it. We made the wrong pick. We got to draft Kyler. Let's go.
Right.
Is with Kenny Pickett or guys like that, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. If after 2 years we missed, the best thing you can do is move on as quickly as possible.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look at the 49ers. Yeah.
Right. So if you are Kwesi, though, and you invest a ton to get up to 3 or 4 to get J.J. McCarthy or Drake May, if you are wrong, I think it's going to cost you your job no matter what.
Yeah.
But if you invest multiple first-rounders, maybe, again, 23 and maybe next year's first to get up that far, if you're wrong, what are you going to do? Hold on to J.J. McCarthy for 4 or 5 years? You're going to cut ties. The next GM is going to say, this guy was the wrong guy.
Right.
We mortgaged our future. We gambled. It didn't work. We got to move on. They're going to rip the Band-Aid off. You don't want to wait a year or so to get the kid in the game. You got to find out what you got as early as possible.
Yeah.
So I think the leash with Darnold would be pretty short. And $10 million doesn't make or break a team like this. So,
and a lot of it's game-based, right?
Get the kid in there.
Yeah, and I also think, too, is the beauty of what Kwesi and the front office has done this offseason is they're in a situation where if they swing and miss, they have the capability next year, and I don't know who it would be, but they could buy themselves the number 1 quarterback on the free agent market. If they hit, they have an opportunity next year with all of their money to put a great team around a rookie quarterback. So it could be a win-win situation. A lot of these teams you see that gamble for a quarterback are in the cap restriction hell. The Vikings are not. They've positioned themselves so they're going to have, I think, at least $70 million next year in cap space. That could help if you hit on the rookie quarterback.
It's a desperation window here for the Minnesota Vikings. And the craziest thing about this is take these actual quarterbacks out of it and just go conceptual for a second. We are potentially going to mortgage the future for the 4th best quarterback in this draft. That's scary as hell on paper. Now, if you think that if you're a scout or if you're a GM and go, all right, Caleb Williams is like a 98, Jaden Daniels is like a 97. If you think Drake May and J.J. McCarthy are like 95s, if you think it's very close and that the drop from 1 to 4 is not super significant, that's the only way you can rationalize giving up the house. But you are trading everything potentially for the 4th best quarterback on the board. That is a recipe for disaster. That doesn't mean it's not going to work. That just means that should terrify all of us that we are going all in for not the best quarterback in the draft, for the 4th best quarterback potentially in the draft. That's kind of scary.
I think they got the 23rd overall pick for a reason, because they have, I think, the best hand to move up if they include next year's number 1 pick. But in the big picture, it only really screws them up for 1 draft, right? They're not giving up. If they hadn't gone to 21, you got to give up 25 and 26. So they don't go that far out into the future to crumble them for a while. That's why I think that they have that 23rd pick.
But you gave up your second rounder next year as well, right? So if this really blows up,
you might have 3 third-round picks.
Maybe, but if this really blows up, you are a non-factor in next year's draft.
Yeah, but if
you have to give up the first rounder next year, and I think you're going to have to. Because again, we talked about that earlier. Albert Breer's article in SI said so far, teams that have called the top 3 teams have been politely told no about trading up into the top 3. And no one believes the Bears are trading out of number 1. And I don't think anybody believes Washington is trading out of number 2. So I assume most of that is aimed at number 3 and people calling New England saying, are you interested in moving back? But they just moved on from Mac Jones. They don't have anybody to sling the football. All right, Jacoby Brissett is another definition of a bridge quarterback. Right, Brissett went there, correct?
Yes,
is that accurate?
Yeah. I think
they're going to take Mayor McCarthy.
I think the one thing, though, that all the Vikings fans and Vikings front office are holding their breath on is that enough people in New England are going to be like, listen, it doesn't matter if we put Caleb Williams on this team. We are going to be bad. They need 70 positions. So I think that's what the Vikings front office is holding the Patriots to, that they can convince them. You move back to 11, you take whoever it is there, and you just get more picks. That's what I think they're planning.
But this is the advanced scouting angle, right? If the Patriots go, well, we have to take Drake May because we don't like the quarterbacks in next year's drafts, and there's no guarantee we're going to be anywhere near a position to draft somebody next year. You got to take what you know is we have a shot right now without having to give up any future picks to just stay at 3 and get a quarterback. Do we gamble and see what we got next year, or do we just take what we can get right now? I would say that's going to be hard to pry that away from them, but we'll see.
Do you guys feel the building moving?
The actual building moving? No.
Why, did I stand up?
Maybe it was you.
Oh. Why? No, I don't feel Are you on drugs?
Did you get into Tommy's edibles?
Painties?
I did not. And there's an article on NFL.com saying the Cardinals are listening to offers for pick number 4.
That surprises me.
Yeah, I just think that they know that is, if the top 3 teams, as Albert Breer has said, are going to hold steady for a quarterback.
Yeah, that's the best spot, right? Yeah.
That is the number 1 pick. That it all hinges, I think, on that pick.
They need a receiver so bad,
right?
And to have a pick between like Neighbors and Harrison, you're just sitting there going, "We can get the best receiver in the draft," and that's what that team needs so badly.
But what if they go from 4 to 6? Right? Malik Neighbors there are people that think he's just as good as Marvin Harrison Jr. And a lot of people are weirded out that he's yet to work out yet. You know, that might change. Malik Neighbors will be a top 7 pick. You go back to 6, you acquire maybe a 3rd round pick for it, and then you take, 1B. I think you'd be pretty good.
I hope you get more than that. Again,
well, whatever it is.
Kwesi went from 12 to 30, 2?
It didn't get a first round pick, though.
He went down 20 spots and didn't get a first.
Right. Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah. I still can't believe that trade. The more you think about that trade, traded in the division with the Lions, went back 20 spots in the first round, and did not get a first round pick in return.
And passed on Kyle Hamilton.
Took Lewis Sane.
Yeah.
That was a rough start.
It's going to be fun.
But to your point, back to going to pick 6, right? That would be the Cardinals going down 2 spots with the Giants. That's not the same as going down 7 spots. Because if they go all the way down to where the Vikings are at 11, those 3 receivers that everybody's raving about are not going to be on the board at 11. Very likely they're not going to be. And obviously Harrison and Neighbors aren't. I don't know about that 3rd kid.
Yeah, but if you could go from 3 to 11 and you get next year's first round pick, you could go from 11 to 9 and give up some of very very collateral to get your
man. I don't want to give up this and next year, man. I wouldn't want to do that.
I think they're going to have to, and I think that's their problem. I think that's their plan.
So you're saying 3 picks, 3 number 1 picks.
It'd be 11, 23 in next year's first.
I don't want to do that, man.
I know, but they have that free agency money. I
know.
I think that's their golden parachute. I think is. We will give up the draft collateral, but we will have the money to position ourselves to buy some of these high-end free agents. That's why I think they're doing it. That's the way they've set this whole thing up.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, is there currently and on the mock drafts, is there just no chance that McCarthy's going to be there at 11?
Well, there is. Mel Kiper in his mock draft said he had McCarthy going to 11. You you can't wait.
Right.
That's the other thing, because you have all these teams, and we don't know what the Giants are going to do. Denver is back there. We've gone through all these teams. You just can't wait. So even if he gets to 7, you would go up and get him, which you'd have to give something up, right? They just can't sit there at 11 and wait, especially with a team like the Jets in front of them who need, a couple of things, but they've added pretty good in free agency where they would be glad to move back, collect some more assets, and go from there.
They're almost just going to have to hope that nobody else likes McCarthy as much as they do.
Well, I
which
think,
is not probably likely.
I think the Giants do.
What do you call that? Subterfuge when it comes to that. I think a lot of people are saying they like him way more than they do.
Right. Well, and they are saying that, you're correct, Hawk, to get one of those receivers to fall down the board more.
Right.
Specifically in New York. They have, I think, 2 or 3 quarterbacks. They owe Daniel Jones a bunch of money. Did they trade for Drew Lock? So they have a bunch of quarterbacks that could play and get them to their, top 6 or 7 pick next year. But yeah, that's the beauty of this, is you can't believe everything that's being said. I think the Vikings have just showed their hand, and you said it the other day, Corey. Everyone knows what they're going to do, and I don't think they care because they have to. They have to move up.
Well, they don't care that everybody knows that they want a quarterback, but again, that also is gigantic leverage for the teams that say, you want to come up to 3 or 4, you're going to have to give us everything. We know what you're doing.
Which is why they've...
Give us everything.
Which is why they've set this thing up, right?
Hey, real quick, and I'm sure the answer is yes, but I'm asking because I don't remember, obviously. Going into college football season 2023, did we know that this draft was going to be this kind of quarterback draft?
Caleb Williams, for sure. He was the consensus. Sure. Yeah, it was kind of those two. Jaden Daniels then had a breakout year and won the Heisman, right?
Yeah, because my question obviously is, it looks like this is going to be the greatest quarterback draft of all time. Well, next year might be. We may not know who the number 1 draft pick is going to be next year.
It'll be Carson Beck from...
But there may be somebody else, is my point.
No, correct. I mean? Yeah, but I think...
I don't want to give away everything.
But, yeah.
If there may be another one in the pipeline next year, I don't know.
But I think the other thing quickly, Hawkey, is that they also have been scouting this draft for years, and they tried to trade up last year and didn't get up there, and they maybe positioned themselves to do it this year. You never know. That's what makes it fun.
Yep.
All right, Fan 5 in a second. Headlines in the 8 o'clock hour. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
The Fan.